Hello, 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 hello. Let's see how long it takes to get our first person in. 15. If you're watching this back and you're not live, right, we've got people coming in now. Hello guys, how are we all? Hello, Thomas, Eamon, Sam, how are we all doing? Ash, nice to see you. Now we're flying. 39. Hiya guys, love it. Sean, nice to see you. Amy, how are you? Marco, nice to see you. Luca, glad to see you all in here. Yes, guys, love it. 42. Right, so this is the Keeping Goals live Q&A. We are doing the Keeping Goals live Q&A every week, every Thursday at 5 p.m. UK time, so 6 p.m. here in Spain. New location, which you're going to see on a new episode of Keeping Goals, which will come very, very soon. So the part of Keeping Goals live Q&A is for me to give you guys a bit more information, answer your questions. Paul Layden, thanks for coming in. Answer your questions, get to know you a bit better, have a proper chat, find out where you're all from, and basically have half an hour chatting with you guys, answering your questions. Before we get into the questions, if you haven't already, go and have a look at the Patreon page that I set up. If you become a patron on the Patreon page, you guys will have your questions answered first before anyone else. So I'll answer the questions before everyone else's if you're a patron at the Patreon page. Right, let's get into it. Give me some questions. Okay, do I live in Spain? Aiden, yes, I do live in Spain. At the minute, I'm living in Estepona. You guys will see where I'm living very, very soon. I do have to cross the border to get into Gibraltar. We don't train in Gibraltar every day. We train in Spain often. So we train in Gibraltar probably 2 or 3 times a week. Games are obviously in Gibraltar, so we do have to cross the border. But sometimes it's busy, sometimes it's not, but it's not too bad at the minute. Jamie, where do I see myself in 10 years? In 10 years, I will be 33. At 33, I hope to have played at a very, very high level in professional football. I hope that I'm still learning, still improving, still trying to get better, and still pushing myself to become the best I can be. I'll probably be coming towards the end of my career, so hopefully I'll achieve things that I'm very proud of, and played in lots of different countries, lots of different leagues, and that's the aim for 10 years' time. Where am I originally from? I was born in London, in Paddington. I only lived there for a couple of years, but I moved to Macclesfield in the northwest of England when I was about 2 or 3, and lived there ever since. Obviously had a year in Madrid, a year this year in Spain, but Macclesfield is where I'm from. How don't I have 1 million subscribers? I don't know. You tell me, but we'll get there at some point with your guys' support. The channel's been absolutely flying, so we'll get there at some point. Hopefully others will enjoy the channel and subscribe as well. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you subscribe. How to prepare for a big game, Joseph? It's difficult because obviously with a bigger game you get more anxiety, you get more nerves, you get more worked up, and that's only natural. What you have to try and remember is you're playing the game, not the occasion. The occasion doesn't mean anything. It's nothing to do with the game. At the end of the day, you have to concentrate on your job. You have to react to what happens in the game and use the tools that you have to deal with the situation that occurs. And that's the best way to approach a big game. Same as normal, same preparation you always have. Make sure you go out feeling the same and then deal with what happens in the game as it happens. Favourite goalkeeper of all time? Iker Casillas was my hero growing up. He is an incredible goalkeeper, still is an incredible goalkeeper. Playing for Real Madrid, captain, legend, showed what it means to be a captain on and off the pitch, and is also a brilliant keeper for me because despite not being the biggest, won everything in the game, was the best keeper in the world for many years, and showed me that it's possible to reach that level despite not being 6'3", 6'4". So someone that I definitely learned a lot from. Did I go through the Macclesfield youth system? Yes, I was at Macclesfield from the age of 12. So initially I played for Crewe Alexandra Academy, which is quite a big academy in the northwest, when I was 10. In goal, didn't really like it. It was very, very full on. I had a lot of travelling to get there, training 4 or 5 times a week at that age, and I just didn't have fun. We were playing teams like United and City and Everton and Liverpool, and I wasn't enjoying it. So we left after a year, and I went and played Sunday League for a team called Bollington United when I was a kid. Played centre midfield, scored 7 goals in one game from centre midfield, which was one of my career highlights. And then joined Macclesfield at the age of 12 as a goalkeeper. Went all the way through Macclesfield, joined the youth team at 16, did my YT contract alongside my A-levels from 16 to 18, had a year's pro at Macclesfield from 18 to 19, and then went to Loughborough at 19. What's my goals for this season? Good question, David. My goals for this season, I have some very specific goals in terms of my statistics, so things like my pass percentages, my shots percentages, all that kind of stuff, which if I achieve, help me achieve my bigger goals. So my product goals almost to help me achieve my ultimate goals. But my main goals for the team is to obviously try and help the team to be successful in the league. Come Christmas, the league splits in half, so my aim is by Christmas to make sure Europa Point are in the top half of the league by Christmas, so that we can go on and try and achieve European football after that. But for me personally, it's to be the best keeper in the Gibraltar National Division and show what I can do to people in Gibraltar and outside Gibraltar. Have I ever scored a goal in a match? Well, Luke, when I played centre midfield in non-league, I scored loads of goals. Well, Sunday League, sorry. But as a goalkeeper, I've never scored a goal, unfortunately. That's something I've got to do. Do you think you'll be a professional goalie? Yes, Sean, I will definitely be a professional goalkeeper. That's always been the aim and the dream, and we will get there. Will I be in the Football Manager 20 game? Sebastian, I have some news. I will be in Football Manager this season in the Gibraltar National Division. Someone has already told me that I'll be in the game, and they've shown me some of the stats. So if you're getting Football Manager, make sure you buy it and let me know if I'm any good. Hopefully I am. Keep shooting me questions. My biggest weakness? Good question. As a goalkeeper, I've been working hard on taking crosses the last few years, because that was an area that I wasn't as confident with. Not being the biggest keeper, I spent a lot of time putting on a bit more muscle so I could come and challenge for crosses, especially when I was playing non-league in England. I'm working on my timing and takeoff, so that's still an area that I want to work on. And also my left foot needs to be as good as my right foot. My left foot's good, but it's not as good as my right foot, so I need to make sure that my left foot is good off the floor for goal kicks, out my hands for side volleys, so that I can have symmetrical distribution with both feet. No league games right now. My next league game is on Sunday against Europa FC, who are probably, at the minute, the best team in the league. So it's a big game on Sunday. Hi Oscar, nice to see you. Yes, Carl, I would love to play in Australia. Would love to play in Australia. The country's incredible. I visited once when I was about 13. Loved Australia. Went to Sydney, Cairns, and I would love to play in Australia one day. So that's definitely something I want to do. Drills for footwork. Marco, there's lots of stuff you can do for footwork. Ladder work, footwork through cones, but try and integrate it with goalkeeping exercises. So incorporate footwork drills into your goalkeeper training so that you're still making it applicable to how you move within a game. Jamie, I support Manchester United. I have done since I was a kid. Dad and Granddad have season tickets, so they're my team. We're not doing brilliantly at the minute, but they are my team. Why did I choose a goalkeeper? Good question. My brother, who is 16 months younger than me, 18 months younger than me, he's a centre forward, and I always enjoyed rolling around in the mud and diving around. So when we were kids, we'd go outside, mum and dad would chuck us in the garden, and he'd just shoot balls at me all day. He'd shoot, I'd save, he'd score, and that's all we did. And that's where I became a keeper, because I just loved diving around, and he was always shooting. So it worked pretty well. Questions, anyone? Questions? Keep firing them over. Goalkeeper day video. Yes, we'll definitely do a day in the life of a goalkeeper. That's something we're doing for Series 3 of Keeping Goals. That will come. Have you ever been at an academy? Yes, Ethan. I was at Crewe Alexandra and I was at Macclesfield when I was a kid. We played against teams in the northwest like United and City, Everton, Liverpool, Bolton, Blackburn, all those kind of ones. Would I play for Gibraltar if I had the chance? Good question, Pavan. To qualify for Gibraltar, I need to live in Gibraltar for 2 years. I'm obviously living in Spain at the minute, so that doesn't count. It's definitely something that's a possibility. I'd love the opportunity to play for Gibraltar. To play international football is a dream, so we'll see. But obviously, I am English. I have Irish heritage as well, so my aim is to just keep getting better and better and see which opportunities come, but international football would be incredible. How tall are you? I am 1 metre and 82 centimetres. It's a question a lot of people ask me. I'm not the biggest keeper, but obviously I've got to work hard to make sure that I'm better than the lads who are 6'3", 6'4" at every area of goalkeeping, so that's what I work on. Calcium capsules. Minimum height of a goalkeeper. Don't really focus on your height. There's nothing you can do about your height. Eat well, sleep well, train well, and leave the height to it. There's nothing you can do about it. All you can focus on is getting better in your goalkeeping. Every day, work on your handling, your distribution, taking crosses, positioning, shot stopping, everything. Work on everything. Try and work on something every day to improve your goalkeeping. And then your height will take care of itself. But if you become a good enough keeper, like Casillas, like Barthez, like Reina, like Ter Stegen, like all these keepers who aren't the tallest, your height won't matter as long as you are that good of a goalkeeper. So focus on the things you can improve, not your height. Glove glue or no? Marnie, no, don't really wear glove glue. It's not something that interests me. I'd rather work on my hands and trust my hands and make sure that they're good enough and not rely on something else. Best goalkeeper gloves. Elliot, I wear Hedera gloves, which are very, very good for me. Used to wear Adidas gloves when I was a kid. Loved the Adidas gloves, but when they changed and made them very lightweight, I wasn't as big of a fan. But the Hedera gloves that I wear now are very good. The link to them is obviously in the bios of all my videos, so go and have a look if you fancy a pair of them. English academies, just said Macclesfield, Crewe, those are the academies I played for when I was a kid. Do I get paid at Europa Point, Tim? And yes, I do get paid at Europa Point. Inspiration to be a goalkeeper. My granddad was a keeper, so he always used to do a little bit of coaching with me. My granddad's cousin, Ron Healy, him and his son Scott Healy ran a goalkeeper centre in Macclesfield. You would have seen Scott on one of the videos I did in Series 2, and I joined them when I was very, very young, and they obviously helped coach me as goalkeepers. So I've kind of got a bit of a goalkeeping family, and obviously all the pros that I watched, like Casillas, and one of my heroes when I was a kid was Tim Howard when he played for United, and I used to watch them and love the position. So that's kind of what helped me to become a keeper. Diving to your weaker side. A lot of people send me this question over and over again, and all I can say is you've got to practice. You've just got to have 100 repetitions on that side. Get someone to literally just stand there and throw a ball, and you just have little dives on that side and gradually make the dives bigger. But that's the only way that you'll improve that side is repetition, repetition, repetition. That's the only way it's going to get better. Have you ever been a captain? I've been a captain for school teams and things like that, especially when I was at secondary school. I was captain of my year group and of sixth form and things like that. Here at Europa Point, I'm fortunate enough to be a vice captain of the team. But in terms of kind of professional clubs, I've never been a captain for a season, but I've been a vice captain and I'm a vice captain this season, so that obviously brings a lot of responsibility, and that's something that I'm very grateful for. and something that I can learn from and hopefully help other players to improve as well as myself. Is there a way we can watch our games? Marnie, the games don't get streamed from what I can see. Some of the highlights of the games go on the Gibraltar Football Association YouTube channel. So if you follow their channel, you can see highlights of some games. Our games haven't been on there yet for some reason, but hopefully I'm going to start to be able to get footage of games, filming games to help my own analysis and use those to show you how the games have been going and show you my performances as well on the channel. That's something that I'm hoping to do in the next few weeks. Improve your weak foot. Lewis, again, repetition. Have a look at the distribution tutorial that I did on the YouTube channel in Series 2 of Keeping Goals. That kind of distribution workout is something that I do a lot, and I make sure that I do the same number of reps with my left foot as I do with my right foot, and that makes sure that my weak side keeps up with my strong side and that they become the same level. Am I a full-time footballer? Yes, I am at the minute. We train pretty much every day at Europa Point. We train in the evenings because there are a lot of lads that still work and that are part-time. I obviously do some work with the channel and other work that I do in order to make sure that I have enough money to live. But we train full-time, so it's a strange situation. But yes, I am a full-time footballer. How's the season going? Well, you guys keep following Keeping Goals because that will show you how the season is going. We obviously had our first game that you saw that we drew 0-0 and performed very, very well. The next episode of the next episode of Keeping Goals will show you how the second game of the season went. And we've had a bit of time off now, and then this Sunday we have Europa, who are the best team in the league. So that's going to be a big test. Yes. Hammer Fan 21, there will be training videos. I want to say sorry that I haven't been able to do any training videos. It's been obviously a manic 6 weeks, kind of not knowing where I'm living, not knowing what I'm doing, getting used to training, getting used to coaches. But in the next couple of weeks I will have some keeper sessions that I'm doing where I can film the sessions, and hopefully I'm going to obviously upload those content as training videos, but give you a bit more value in terms of voiceovers on the training videos, explaining what I'm working on, how I'm finding it, what the drills are all about, and that'll become a bit of a series in itself in terms of the training videos. Like I said before, I'm going to do the same with the match analysis, so I'm going to try and film every single game, cut that down, edit it, not only to help my development, but then to put on the channel to help you guys and to show you how I'm performing. So training and match footage will come, bear with me, but it will be there in the next couple of weeks, fingers crossed. How did I get into the Loughborough University football team? Have a look at Series 2 of Keeping Goals. I explained it all, but in a brief note, I was at Macclesfield Town as a pro, wasn't really playing, third choice, had a few loan moves, and I had an offer from Loughborough to go to the uni because I did my A-levels. I didn't want to go because it wasn't a club, but I went and had a look, and the programme was incredible, the facilities were incredible, and it helped me to get a degree as well. And I thought, to be honest, I'll be 23, I'll still be younger than the older keepers at Macclesfield, but I'll have played lots of non-league games, lots of university games. I'll have improved in a strength and conditioning way. I'll have improved by getting myself a degree, all that kind of stuff. So I contacted Loughborough University, told them where I've been, joined in with pre-season, and was actually number one of the first team before I even started my degree. So then for the 3 years that I was there, excluding the year abroad, I was number one whilst I was at Loughborough, which was an incredible time, and I'm very, very glad I went. Oh, Rangers or Celtic? Alfredo. A lot of my family are big Celtic supporters. I'm not a massive follower of Scottish football, but for me, because of them, I'd have to say Celtic. What number am I? Marnie, I am number 1 at Europa Point. What's your diet like? I did a video on diet for goalkeepers in last series of Keeping Goals, but at the minute, I'm fortunate enough to be able to kind of have settled into a bit of a routine about what I'm eating, where I'm eating, and in the morning I normally eat porridge with kind of protein, powder, peanut butter, banana, blueberries, that kind of thing. Then lunch and dinner obviously changes a bit more, but I have that kind of balance of carbs and protein and veg. Just ate a cheese string. Nice, hope it was alright. How do I deal with a dip in form? Jamie, if that comes, which it comes to everyone, I try and set myself small goals. So each training session, I'll set myself a little goal of, okay, I want to hit 10 passes with my left foot or 10 passes with my right foot. I want to make sure that I work on this or that. And achieving those little goals in training slowly builds that confidence back up, and then I'll start to improve myself in that sense. Tottenham or Arsenal? Neither. I'm a United fan, so don't really care about either of them, to be honest. When Header has restocked their gloves? They should be coming the next couple of weeks, from what I hear, but I don't know. You'd have to ask them, unfortunately. To prefer more game time in a bad league or third choice in a good league? Game time every single day of the week. I need to get better. I need to improve. So you need to go where you can play. If you're sitting on the bench or not playing, you're not going to improve. So you need to go and play, especially when you're younger as a goalkeeper. Even if that's in a poorer league, go and play, because that's how you'll improve and obviously get better and then end up playing in a better league. How long do Hedera gloves last on artificial fields? Well, Callum, I wear Hedera gloves every single day for training, and we train on Astro every single day. They probably last at least a month to 2 months each pair, training every day on Astro pitches, so they're good for durability. How much do you think you trained a day when I was a younger goalkeeper? When I was, say, 13, 14, I'd probably have 2 or 3 sessions a week with Macclesfield. I'd do a session a week with Scott, and I'd do a game. So I'd probably train or play 4 to 5 days a week. I'd maybe have obviously a school game in there as well. So a lot of football. I didn't really play many other sports when I was a kid. I just loved football, always playing football. So I did train quite a lot. Obviously those sessions were only an hour to 2 hours, but 4 or 5 days a week when I was probably 13, 14. How often should you change your gloves? Whenever you want, as much as you can afford. They're quite expensive nowadays, so just change them when you can. Hey Aaron, nice to see you. Nice to have you in here, mate. How can you improve in the off season? Go and have a look at the video that I did on off season training with Scott. Find somewhere to train, find another goalkeeper to train with or a coach to train with, and work on things that you need to work on to get better. The off season is a great chance to work on physical stuff because you don't need to recover quickly for games, so you can perhaps do a bit more gym work or work on your explosive power or your jumping, and the off season is a good opportunity to do that. But obviously working on your keeping as well. I was always told when I was a kid, when you get to the off season, a lot of people stop. They don't do anything. They go on holiday. They just chill, and they stay at the same level. If you can train through the off season and keep improving, when you both come back, you'll be up here and they'll still be where they were before, and you'll be a much better player than you were before. So the off season is a great chance to get better, both physically and technically. If you're offered a Liverpool contract, would you accept it? I don't know. We'd have to see about that. I'd have to ring United up first. Thank you very much, Mary Lando. Appreciate that. Balev is my Bulgarian hero. Oh, yes, I'll send him a message. Stefan is a machine. How do you deal with stuff mentally? Other keepers as good as you? I just work until I'm better than them. That's all I do. Chance to play in England for a semi-pro team or professional? Before coming to Gibraltar, there was obviously different options. There was some semi-pro teams that I had the opportunity to play with. A few higher up, but I wasn't going to be number one. There was also some opportunities in Sweden, but Gibraltar was the place where I could be number one. I could train every day, get better, and also put myself out there for people to see how I've performed, especially given it's a top division and you have the chance for European football, all that kind of stuff. So it was a good opportunity for me to show what I can do to other people. Where in Sweden? I can't remember the name of the club, in all honesty. It was very remote, that's all I remember. In the 4th tier, I think it was. All Sport or HO, never really worn either of them, so I couldn't really give your opinion on that one, I'm afraid. Holiday location, ooh, good question. I love Spain, obviously I'm living here in Spain at the minute, but I would love to go to New Zealand, never been before, really want to go to New Zealand and see it. And I went to South Africa with my school once, and that was incredible. Loved that country as well, so a few places I want to see, and obviously to play football there would be incredible as well. how did I get scouted? Go and have a watch of the first episode of Keeping Goals Series 3. That tells you how I got into the Gibraltar, into Europa Point. Ever offered a contract in Scotland? No, John never contacted a lot of teams in Scotland this summer, but didn't really get anything back. Tips for a striker: don't score. Big goals. When you move into big goals, it's a bit difficult. Obviously, it's a change, it's a bit bigger. Just take your time, get used to the size of the goal. Try and work on your positioning in training so you get used to where you need to stand. Obviously, coaches will help with that. Yes, bro, how are we? But moving into big goals will be difficult, but take your time. Don't get frustrated, enjoy it. Hope my brother's just joined in, so that's why I said hi. But he's in Mallorca at the minute, having a nice holiday, so I hope you're feeling all right, mate. I hope you're having a good break after getting your Masters in. If you want to leave a message, say congrats to Sean because he's just finished his Masters project, so he's having a nice, well-earned holiday in Mallorca. Do you think you'll win the Ballon d'Or? Well, that would be incredible. I just have to focus on getting better and better and better. If I become the best keeper in the world, then yeah, why not? Yes, Johnny's in as well. Johnny, the main man making the videos. If you want to say hi to Johnny as well, he's here. He's the man responsible for making Keeping Goals look incredible. So send him a message as well. Revenge on links, yeah, don't worry, that'll come. Don't worry. Ilkeston Town, yes, played against Ilkeston. I didn't play last season in the league against Ilkeston. That was away, I think. Might have been Jake Hilton or George Hobbs, one of the two, I can't remember. Bring back Johnny, yes. Johnny needs to get over to Gibraltar so that he can be in these videos. Come to New Zealand, yeah, I'd love to come to New Zealand. One day, I'd love it. Was it hard to manage academic studies while playing and training at a high level? Yes, very difficult. But the main thing was managing my time, so planning out my week, so I knew when I was studying, when I was revising, and when I was training, and just stick to that plan. Adam is in as well. But the boys, have you not got anything better to do than come in here while you're on your holiday? Adam, Misha, and Sean. Fullback, close relationship. I don't really understand that one. What college did you go to? I went sixth form at Fallabroom, at the Fallabroom Academy in Maxfield, which is where I went to school from year 7. Distribution, weak side. Just practice, Mason. Practice, practice, practice. Get used to the technique. The distance will come when you get the technique right, but it'll come. Suffolk, no, never been scouted in Suffolk. Worst mistake as a goalkeeper that made you want to quit? No, because mistakes happen. They come. Don't worry about mistakes. That's how you learn. That's how you get better. Mistakes are part of it. Where do you think Europa Point will finish? As high as possible. Practice your left hand, yeah. Left hand throws, that's something I need to get better at, that's very true. What happened to FC Olympic? From what I know, they've been expelled from the league because they forfeited 2 matches in a row. I'm not sure for what reason, but it does mean that the Gibraltar National Division has gone from 16 to 12 teams now. Everyone to come to Yorkshire, yep, love Yorkshire, lots of friends there. Could you do another diet video? Yep, I can do another nutrition video. It'd be quite interesting this year in terms of how I eat in Spain, because obviously the food's slightly different, but still getting the same stuff in that's needed. Best player you've played with? Lots of players. Trained with Ashraf Hakimi in Madrid, who was incredible. Obviously played for Real Madrid and Borussia Dortmund, but a few of us. Jamie, most memorable moment? Going to the Bernabeu with Fuenlabrada, one of the best days ever. Beating Liverpool under 18s at Loughborough with the uni team in front of, I think it was 2,000 students. That was awesome. Lots of good moments. Do I know the college FIFA in Liverpool? I don't know it, no. Cheers, Sam. Thank you very much for coming in. Right, last couple of questions because I've only got a bit more. Sweden 3rd tier. Brilliant, well done. What drill do you like the most to improve? Every drill. Every drill. I've given up as a keeper because I'm 15, 5'6". Didn't see the point anymore. Keeper's height. It's difficult. If you want to give up, then that's your choice. But for me, you've got to keep getting better and better and better. Height isn't important if you're the best keeper in the world. So become the best keeper in the world. When you have competition as a keeper, how do you overcome the first keeper? Train better than him, play better than him, make sure that you are better than him. If you're not better than him, work until you are better than him. It's as simple as that. You've got to put the work in. People don't want to put the work in, but if you put in the work in and graft and make sure that you're better than him, then you'll play. Uni football, other types of football. Kurt, yes, there was a big difference in uni football because we would play non-league, which was obviously very physical, and the Bucks division, which is the uni football, which was a bit more like academy football or reserve team football. At Loughborough, we had a lot of lads who'd been at football clubs or academies and wanted to play very, very nice football. So in non-league, that was quite difficult at times, but it was difficult trying to transition between the two. Would I come to Scotland? Yes, Callum, love to play in Scotland one day. How to avoid injuries? Jamie, train well, eat well, sleep well, but recover well. That's the most important thing. Make sure you do your warm-up, your cool-down, your foam rolls, your stretch, your massage if you need it, all that kind of stuff. Are the leggings you wear durable? Yes, I wear them every single day and they're pretty much still intact, and I've worn them for years. The link is obviously in the videos to the Amazon page. You can buy a pair of the leggings if you need to. Right, last couple of questions. Cheers, Arno. Appreciate that, mate. That's very kind of you. Last question. Best goalkeeping post-match recovery strategies? Good question, Mark. Immediately after a game, I'll have a protein shake, make sure I get that in for my muscle recovery. I'll do my cool down after the game, stretch off, jog off, all that kind of stuff. If I've got to recover very quickly for the next day or for a short space of time, I might have an ice bath to help my recovery quicker. The day after a game, I'll go for a jog or a little bike spin in the gym, something like that. And then I'll stretch, foam roll, get all the lactic acid out my muscles, eat well the following day, make sure I've slept well after the game. And those are all ways of helping to recover. Obviously, deep tissue massage is good. Pulse roll could be better than a foam roll. But making sure you're disciplined and doing your correct recovery strategies helps you to make sure that you're at the top of your game for your next game and not still stiff or struggling from the game before. Right, thank you very, very much for watching, guys. I really, really do appreciate it. You are the best. I really appreciate all your support, all your questions. We're going to be doing this Q&A every single week. So Thursdays, 5 p.m. UK time, we're going to be doing our live Q&As. So make sure you jump on, ask your questions. If you want to make sure that your question is always answered, become a patron. Follow the link in one of my videos to the Patreon page, become a patron, and you'll be able to have your questions answered before anyone else. But thank you for your support. The next episode of Keeping Goals will be live on Sunday at 1 p.m. So make sure you give that a watch. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hopefully you enjoy it, but thank you for all the support on the previous video. That's gone really, really well. So I'm really glad you guys enjoyed it. But thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your evening on this nice little Thursday. I'm off to training this evening, so I'm going to have some food, head off to training and go and smash it and get better. So keep working hard, keep chasing improvement, and I will see you on Sunday for the next episode of Keeping Goals. But thank you for speaking to us, guys. Really do appreciate it, and I'll speak to you in a bit. Take care.